Myths about bullying. We all think we'd recognize a bully if we saw one, but much of what we know about social aggression among kids is wrong. By Rachel Simons. Many bullying-related suicides have American parents up in arms, sometimes literally. With the national spotlight focused on the issue, everyone has an opinion about bullying and its causes. As an educator and a researcher, I've been studying bullying, writing about it, and working with schools and families around the country for more than a decade. The following are the 9 most unproductive assumptions, myths, and cliches I've heard in this debate. 1. Bullying is easy to spot. Most bullying occurs in spaces adults don't occupy: a violent locker room, an empty hallway, or a playground corner. By early elementary school, kids are experts at being nasty without adults seeing them. The idea of a bully who steals lunch money and makes a scene is mostly outdated. By middle school, some research finds that boys and girls engage in equal levels of psychological aggression, and looks can be deceiving. 2 boys playing in the dirt could be 2 boys playing, or it could be 1 boy verbally abusing the other. Even the most compassionate teachers struggle to spot this behavior. 2. Bullies are easy to spot. I've heard countless elementary school students say things like, "I've tried to tell my teacher about the bully, but she says, 'Her? No! She's your friend.'" Bullies are talented chameleons. The most psychologically aggressive kids are usually the ones who look angelic when adults walk into the room. These kids possess high social intelligence. The same skills that enable them to hurt their peers are precisely those that allow them to manipulate adults. 3. Bullies are unpopular and have low self-esteem. Research is finally catching up with what parents and teachers have known for years. Plenty of the most aggressive kids are confident and socially successful. Bullying and aggression can yield rich social rewards like attention, more friends, and power. That's one of the reasons it's so hard to get kids to stop. Gossip and exclusion bring people together even as they push others out. And it's also why involving kids with high social status in anti-bullying programs is so important. 4. Bullies are bullies and victims are victims. In fact, kids are rarely, if ever, one or the other. Social dynamics can quickly change. Targets can become self-protecting bullies, and a bully can suddenly lose his or her position to another kid and even become a victim. Besides, a child's peer culture is complex, constantly changing. You may have been on top in 5th grade, but at your new, bigger middle school, you're desperate to be included. Roles rotate and hierarchies shift. There is no single profile of a bully or a target. Everyone is fair game. 5. This is a generational problem. "We never acted like that when we were their age," is often repeated by adults. This brings to mind a recent episode of the ABC show Modern Family. Claire is worried that her daughters will discover her checkered teen history with boys. Your kids don't need to know who you were before you had them, she tells the camera. They need to know who you wish you were, and they need to try to live up to that person. The first thing I do when I work with young people is tell them about my own involvement with bullying and aggression. I wish more adults would come clean and level with kids about their own past. Doing this opens a channel of honest communication between youth and adults. Instead of making kids feel like they are doing something no one has ever done. If we aren't capable of self-reflection, how can we expect kids to be any better? 6. Bullying is about the kids. In fact, it's parents who can be the biggest bullies of all. In the school I worked with, teachers tell me they can manage their classrooms. It's the parents who are out of control. Parents replicate the same nerve-wracking hierarchies they are so quickly to condemn. They exclude children and parents from parties, play dates, and coffee, or publicly gossip about other people's children. Until parents hold themselves to the same standards they impose on their kids, real change will be impossible. Number 7. My children would never do that. Aggression in children is not the central problem. Denying it is. Kids are learning social rules and must be expected to make some mistakes. Parental denial, on the other hand, is a powerful and unexplored barrier in reducing bullying in our communities. Parents are often not open to the possibility that their children can be hurtful, but by reflex they defend their kids and point fingers at others. Teachers and other parents become reluctant to initiate much needed interventions, leading to a culture of gossip and fear. 8. Anti-bullying programs and laws are the most effective response. Bullying is an extreme form of behavior, aggression, that almost every child confronts in different ways. While many kids are targets of bullying, countless more endure demoralizing experiences like teasing, name-calling, shoving, and exclusion, none of which may meet the definition of bullying. Character education and social-emotional learning curricula lay the groundwork kids need to learn how to treat others with respect. 9. This is an isolated problem. Finally, while the recent headlines bring much needed attention to bullying as a major public health problem, the horrific nature may also give us permission to separate ourselves and our schools from the discussion. But the towns where these tragic events occurred are not exceptional. The behavior that led to these suicides can be found in almost any school in this country. For all the rules and workshops and policies that anti-bullying advocates like me call for, there's a powerful weapon against bullying that we can use for our children: empathy. It doesn't cost anything, and you don't need to bring any experts to your school to use it. All of us, parents, teachers, mentors, big brothers and sisters, can talk with kids about what someone like Asher Brown must have been feeling as he went to school day after day, as he was tripped down the stairs, had his backpack emptied and its contents scattered, berated with insults like fag. You can ask, what emotions did he feel? Is there anyone at your school who goes through that? What can you do to help that person? Where there is empathy, there is hope for respect, and the kinds of communities where every child can learn and grow in safety.